Hello and welcome to another blog highlight video. I love this blog because it gives you 5 key steps to execute when you're starting your job search. Most PhDs don't zoom out and look at all the different steps in a job search before they start. Either they think that a job search comes down to one thing and one thing only, uploading resumes, or they kind of pick and choose. They hear about a strategy on LinkedIn and they do that for a little bit. They hear about reaching out to people, networking, they do that for a little bit. They hear about informational interviews, they do that for a little bit, but they don't have an overall plan. They don't have an overall protocol, which is ironic because as a PhD, you know the importance of following a methodology, following a process, a protocol, step by step. You can't do the last step first and expect to have the same results. Same is true here. So we try to make it as simple as possible. There's dozens of steps in a job search you need to take seriously, but we've categorized them into these 5 key parts. And the title is Use this 5-part job search strategy to multiply industry job interviews and job offers as a PhD. Number 1, get your resume done. While networking and getting job referrals, setting up informational interviews is the most important part and overall time-consuming part of getting a job, before you start networking, you have to get your resume done because people might say, right, you reach out to an employer, a hiring manager, recruiter, an employee working at a company, and they say, yeah, give me your resume. As soon as you start talking to them, and you're like, whoa, slow down, I'm not ready. And then you take days to get your resume together. That is very unprofessional. Okay, that shows that you're not ready, that you don't understand how a job search works, that you're not prepared. The worst thing you can do in your job search is give an indication that you're not prepared, that you're not on the ball. Have your resume ready so that you only have to spend a few minutes tweaking it for the individual position that's in question when anybody says to you, sure, pass me your resume. You have to be ready. Same with your LinkedIn profile, and that's number 2. People are going to go to your LinkedIn profile as soon as you reach out to them by email. They're just going to Google you. If you reach out on LinkedIn, they're going to go to your LinkedIn profile. If you've ever reversed looked at who's looked at your profile, and you've seen people that have looked at your profile but never reached out to you, that's a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign your profile is not displaying industry credibility. Get your LinkedIn profile done first. Number 3, set up informational interviews. Networking in today's world comes down to informational interviews. This is a metaphor example I like to use, right? If you go up to somebody that you barely know, think of somebody in the classroom, down the hall, lab, maybe a professor you barely know, and you ask them to move your apartment. They're not going to do it. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. That's a big ask. They don't even know you. They barely know you. But if you say, I'm moving this weekend, and I'm curious, do you have any moving tips for me? What are they going to say? Yes, they're going to give you all kinds of advice and tips. They're going to think back to the last time they moved. You're elevating them as kind of an expert in the moving field. They're going to give you all kinds of advice. Same thing with informational interviews. If you go up to an employee and ask them to give you a job right away or referral, too intense, too much work. But if you ask them how they got into their job, how they transitioned, if they enjoy it, they're going to give you their opinions, their advice, their experiences. They're going to verbalize that all day long. Number 4, do your research and thoroughly prepare for phone screens and site visits. You're probably going to have a phone screen at the very beginning of your job search, followed by a video interview, possibly multiple video interviews, followed by a site visit with anywhere from 4 to 10 individual interviews. You have to prepare for these. The article talks about it. Number 5 is in the article. Make sure you check it out. If you want to learn more about getting hired in industry, if you want to get all of our blogs sent to you when they come out, just go to phdsgethired.com, enter your name and email address. We'll send you all of our blog articles. If you want to see our external blog page that has all of our trending articles, all of our different blog categories, go to cheekyscientist.com/blog. As always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.